My, oh my, what a game that we just saw in Madrid. PSG losing out to Real Madrid 3-2 on aggregate after an incredible comeback from Benzema. Merciless Madrid team. My goodness, nothing phases them. There was a point in this match where I was nearly convinced that PSG had gotten over that hump, that had figured out how to overcome their past Champions League demons. I really did. I really thought so. Saltero and I had a conversation about this, and he alluded to that PSG trauma that he has.
I just feel like I get that same feeling every year. I'm like, Neymar's going to show the fuck out. Di Maria's going to go off. Mauro Icardi's going to finally score a goal. It pisses me off because I feel like no matter what PSG do, they're always going to get outdone by somebody. Always. Okay. And I have it's like trauma. It's like no matter how much I believe in this PSG team, something's gonna happen.
You're talking.
I'm talking just in general.
PSG philosophy.
Yeah,
you're talking
absolutely.
Deep-rooted core trauma with this team.
Yes.
And it remains ever so present, and it just baffles me. It baffles me because you're up 2-0 in this game. After the first half, I thought PSG looked incredible. They had a stint for about 20 minutes where they were just on the attack, dominating, possessing the ball, and Real Madrid couldn't figure it out. They couldn't do anything. They were weak on their counters, and PSG was just gaining back possession and, creating new attacks that were very dangerous, but they only managed to get one goal out of that whole stint. Mbappe just putting on an incredible display of his talent once again. I've said it before, I think Mbappe is probably the best player in the world right now with just how clinical he was. I mean, he scored 3 goals, but 2 of them were disallowed, but he even had that moment where he did the dummy through the legs, completely bamboozled Courtois, and I jumped out of my seat the moment I saw that. I might have to start recording my reactions because I lost my shit when he did that. But we move on to the second half, and PSG just loses their focus. The first goal they conceded was just stupid. I thought it was so stupid for Donnarumma to just give up possession like that, give up the ball like that, be so lackadaisical, so clueless. I mean, after they did that, you could just feel momentum shift. You could feel the whole stadium, the Santiago Bernabeu, just rise again. It felt scary, low key, because Real Madrid is so fearless when it comes to situations like this in the Champions League. We've talked about how Real Madrid is just an absolute monster when it comes to this tournament, even without Ronaldo or prime Marcelo or Keylor Navas or these ex-Madristas that were such a clinical part of their 3-year Champions League run. Even without those players, this team still has that essence, that warrior spirit that just keeps them energized and fighting for all 90 minutes. Suddenly, PSG's on the ropes, and Benzema gets a second goal off of just a masterful play from Modric. He carries it up the field, makes a nice through ball to Vinicius, who then receives it, feeds it back out. Modric is surveying the field. He's looking for options. He sees Benzema in the box, and he sees that he somehow has space despite having 8 defenders in that area. Benzema finds space, and he gets a goal. And I'm thinking, okay, this has to go to extra time. This is going to go the extra mile. Within seconds, Benzema responds, gets a third goal, completes his hat trick off a beautiful assist from Marquinhos. Madrid goes up 3-2, and from there, PSG just looked deflated. PSG looked defeated. They just failed to create anything afterwards. Madrid goes through the quarterfinals. PSG is out, and I want to talk about kind of the effects of this result, what this means now in the long term. PSG having yet another meltdown. Pochettino now on the ropes. This was his only tournament where he actually had to prove something. Got outclassed, got figured out. At the end of the day, Ancelotti had his number. I don't see this being enough for Pochettino to stay another year, especially with what's going to happen at PSG. I think we're going to see a much different team next season, despite all the talent and all the stars they have. A lot's going to change here because of this specific result. Mbappe is very likely gone. Real Madrid seems to be the absolute favorite. It was fitting that he scored all these goals against this team and in this team stadium. I don't know. I've always felt like I've wanted the absolute best for Mbappe, like he's my son or something. I've always wanted him to showcase his talents at the highest level. I remember that when he was at Monaco, he did it with, making this incredible Champions League semifinal run and surprising everyone and showcasing his talents every step of the way. But then afterwards, he decided to go to PSG. And although PSG is a big club in that sense, a big step, much bigger than Monaco, part of me was just a little disappointed that he didn't already make the jump to La Liga or the Premier League. I think he's had the talent for it for a long time now. And to limit yourself in that way, to go to a PSG and be in a place where really the only tournament that matters is the Champions League, that just seems like you're limiting your potential in that sense. So for him to go La Liga, I don't mind it. I don't mind that's Real Madrid, but in my opinion, I think La Liga isn't as strong as the Premier League. And I also don't think it's as strong as it once was. Atletico Madrid is looking much weaker than years past. Barcelona is in a rebuilding period. They're going to be better soon, but not yet. And even this Madrid team isn't at the heights that it once was. The rest of the league is always shifting up and down. We don't really know who's going to be the best team out of the remaining teams. I'm sure he's going to have a very successful career there, and he will achieve what he wants to achieve there. But on a personal level, I would have loved to see him at Premier League. Send him to Liverpool. Fuck it. Throw him at Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Tottenham. The Premier League is tailor-made for him. But he just seems to be wanting to go the La Liga route. So be it. The next thing you have to do is wonder what this does for Neymar's legacy, specifically at PSG. I find it hard to call his time here a success. The ultimate reward being that he made it to a Champions League final. Nearly won, but didn't. And the rest being a lot of meltdowns and just disappointing results. There isn't much else here to be proud about, I think, if you're Neymar. Thing is, I don't see him leaving anytime soon. I think he's going to stay here. I think he's find it comfortable, actually. Maybe PSG finds a way back into a deep Champions League run. Maybe. But for now, I think Neymar made a big mistake leaving Barcelona. I think Neymar has been too injury prone and has been too underwhelming at PSG to call it a success. It's tough to see results like these and think positively about his time there. Lastly, we got to talk about Messi. He comes to PSG after leaving Barcelona in a really messy situation. And he comes here to PSG with a fully loaded team that unfortunately we didn't get to see at its full display almost at any point this season. And so now Messi is left with just a really, I think a shameful situation. There's not much here for him anymore. Curious to see what Messi does. Can he find some sort of situation where he can get his way back to Barcelona? I think that'd be the ultimate best solution. But obviously with just contracts and money and all the behind the scenes stuff going on, I find it very hard to see that happening. If Messi's going to be here for another year, he definitely has to have a different coach and a different role, especially since it's looking like Mbappe won't be there next season. Maybe we have a more prototypical Messi type season where he just goes off, his numbers are insane, and he's finally back to a form that, we're so accustomed to. And as for Real Madrid, it's game on. It is game on. They're in the quarters now. They found their way back into this level of the Champions League, and I have to applaud that because for a moment there, I doubted them heavily. Congrats to any Madrid fans that watch us. I was wrong with my prediction. I went with PSG. Saltero went with Real Madrid. Regardless, thank you for such an entertaining game. Thank you for putting on a show on display for just neutrals like me to watch. And we'll see how they do at the next stage.